Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Saturday the 10th of July 2021. Today was match day. We had the game against Motherwell, and here you are. This is from millfc.co.uk, club's official website, and you can see there, that's the picture. So that they played the game in a training kit. So Kavanagh said that the home kit's coming. The home kit's coming next week, so even the players don't have the kit. So there you go. Weird, no? So they played the game in a training kit, and the result was a 2-0 victory to Millwall. So let's have a read of it and let's crack on. So this is from the official site. This is what they say. Ben Thompson and Mattieu Smith were on target as Millwall opened their pre-season campaign with a 2-0 victory over Motherwell on Saturday afternoon. Summer signings Daniel Ballard, Scott Malone, George Saville and Ben Thompson all started against Motherwell, who were playing in their final friendly before the start of their competitive season next Wednesday. So that is something to note. They have probably been going at their pre-season a little bit longer than we have. So they are probably a bit fitter and a bit more in gear. So to win 2-0 against them is pretty decent. But it was the Lions who started the brighter, creating the first two opportunities of the game, with Jed Wallace seeing a shot saved following a neat exchange of passes down the left, moments after Jake Cooper had headed wide from a corner. That was only a temporary reprieve for the Scottish side though, as inside 6 minutes Millwall took the lead. Cooper found time and space to produce a superb ball out wide to Malone, whose expert cross was turned in at the far post by Ben Thompson. Gary Rowett's men continued to play with confidence and control, keeping the ball well throughout the opening half in a game played with real competitiveness and at a fast tempo. It was almost two on the half-hour mark as Malone switched the play out to Romeo, whose low cross was turned towards goal by Thompson, only for the keeper to save down to his right. At the other end, Bartosz Białkowski's first stop of the match denied Kevin Van Veen from the edge of the box. That was the Polish keeper's first meaningful action of the game, as he was replaced by debutant George Long in one of 11 changes for the second half. So there you go. Yes, so basically two teams, and they did play 45 minutes times each way, two halves of 45. They did do that. They didn't do 3 20-minute thirds. They did do. That's probably because Motherwell are so close. Their season starts next week, so they want to be playing as close to an actual proper game as possible, I assume. So Tyler Burry, operating on the right of a front three, the second period, made a wonderful run down the wing of 15 minutes, but his eventual cross just evaded Smith and Mason Bennett as the Lions continued their hunt for a second. And it duly arrived shortly before the hour mark when Bennett crossed towards the far post, where Smith towered above the two markers to nod home. As the half wore on, Bennett in particular continued to cause significant problems for the Motherwell defence, while youngster Alex Mitchell, fresh from a successful loan spell at Bromley last season, looked assured as part of a back three alongside Sean Hutchinson and Murray Wallace. Billy Mitchell threatened to score a third for the Lions in the closing stages, but his shot from 20 yards was well held by Welsh stopper Liam Kelly. This was to be the final opportunity in the game, which marked a successful conclusion of Millwall's training camp in Edinburgh. The players head back to England on Sunday, tomorrow, before a return to business at Calmont Road 48 hours later. So, okay. So they come back Sunday. I assume they get home before the England game. You would think they would want to watch that. Then they have Monday and Tuesday off, and they're back in training on Wednesday. So here you can see first half 11, basically the first choice first team, I assume. Białkowski, Cooper, Jed Wallace, Ben Thompson, Malone, Romeo, Pearce, Saville, Afobe, Ballard, Evans. Second half 11, Long, McNamara, Murray Wallace, Hutchinson, Kieftenbeld, Smith, Matt Smith, Bennett, Mahoney, Billy Mitchell, Tyler Burry, Alex Mitchell, and Bodvarsson came on the 68th minute. So basically 2 teams per half, and then 1 substitution halfway through the second half. Bodvarsson, so he's had, what's he had there? He's had like 20 minutes. And then Tyler Burry's had from 45 to 68 is similar, 23 minutes. So 20 minutes for Burry and 20 minutes for Bodvarsson. There you go. So let's have one player that isn't in there that you can't see there is Isaac Olaofe. Now, Garrett Rout said he'll run the ball over him in pre-season. He said he'll take a look at him, and everyone's scratching their head like he's not there. He's not. He hasn't gone with them to Scotland. And everyone's like, well, why not? What's happening? And there was some speculation that he got extra time off because the Conference League went on quite late, basically till the end of May, I believe. And he did basically played from, I think, October to the end of May. So so there was talk like Bodvarsson got extra time off because he played in internationals. There was some people were saying that Isaac Olaofe got extra time off because he played in the conference later than the other leagues. But Alex Mitchell's here. So Alex Mitchell played the last month of the season on loan at Bromley, and he was involved in the playoffs after the season ended. So he played in, I think, 1 or 2 extra playoff games. But he's there. And then there's lots of speculation, and we see this here. So this is retweeted by Mill Twitter about the vaccine event going on at Den, and they made these youngsters, these are pros, they got their pro contracts. So I think these are the Millwall professional players that haven't gone to Scotland, and Isaac Olaofe's there. Why? Why is he there? Why is he not in Scotland? It literally makes no sense. Maybe he's injured. He did have a bit of an injury. Well, he was rested. He did get injured in the warm-up, I believe, in like the 3rd to last game of Sutton United season. So maybe he carried on playing with the injury, and it's not fully healed up yet. Maybe that's the case. They want to get him properly fit before he gets back into it. I don't know. Maybe it is that. But quite shocking to see that he's not in Scotland. He's not getting a chance. It's all a bit weird. Going back to the Motherwell game, so we've got the match report from the official site. Now, I thought I'd show you this. This is a match report from a fan who actually went to the game. Now, that Orium Centre that Mill were at, it's basically like a glorified leisure centre. I don't know if any of you have been to the Crystal Palace athletics thing. You can actually go in there and you can play in some of the gym spaces and that. You can play badminton in there and squash and shit like that. And that's basically what this is as well. It's like if you're just a punter off the street, you can go in there and basically use the facilities. So I think there's a Millwall fan who lives up in Scotland. He took his kid down there and he watched the game. There's 11. He said, I'm going to read it to you, but there was 11 fans there. I think it was fenced. There was a fence around it, so I don't think they were outside watching the game through the fence. But still, so let's have a read of this. This is from Vital Millwall forum. Just back, first half started bright with Molly, that's what they call Malone, being a standout, staying high and wide like a modern day Roberto Carlos, playing some neat football, and looks like he wants to play Tomo in a more advanced attacking role this season based on today and training yesterday. Oh, so he was at training yesterday as well. Jeez, 2 days in a row he went down there. Still unsure. Well, you know what? Fair play to him. You know what? Because how many times would Mill be in Scotland? If the team that you supported travelled all the way up to where you live, miles and miles away from where they normally play, you would make the most of it as well, wouldn't you? I would. Can you imagine this if this guy travels down to the Den for a game? Like 8 hours round trip. So let's carry on. Sorry. Still unsure, even if one of our own, that he is up to the standard. Done his usual slips on a wet pitch. He's talking about Ben Thompson there. Romeo and Jed linked up lively as we have seen over the last few years, and the Arsenal boy Ballard started alongside Jake, which I found strange but can't read anything into yet given first pre-season, and had a solid first half. Didn't look out of place. That's good. Afobe had unbelievable work rate on and off the ball and was looking to grab his first goal but was denied on more than one occasion. That's good as well. Afobe is putting a shift in, even though it's like a pre-season game. The breakthrough came early into the first half after some Millwall pressure, and the corner ball bounced around a fair bit and Ben was able to place it in. 1-0 Wall, and the crowd, a massive attendance of 11 today, 8 Millwall and 3 Motherwell went wild. 8 Millwall up there. 8. I imagine him. So I think it was him and his kid. So that's 2, and then there was another 6 Millwall fans there. Meets a first half. I don't know what that means. Meets a first half pattern. Continued nice build up and patient play, and a lot of good moves coming through Molly. Motherwell showed very little on both halves. Okay, so maybe don't get too cocky because we were only playing Motherwell, I think he's saying here. Half time 1-0. Full second string team out, and you could see they were far bit off the starting 11 in terms of control and decision making. Billy Mitchell probably the standout player in second half, but nothing much to write home about. The corner sealed a 2-0 win as Matt Smith rose above everyone to head home. Bennett looked lively, if not a bit selfish, trying to shoot on sight, and Danny Mack will definitely push for a starting lineup. The rest I would say on the fringe just now, with the exception of Tyler Burry, who looks like he could be a potential replacement for Jed if needed, but did come off halfway through the second half for John Daddy. Yes, he was there, contrary to belief above, but done his usual nothing. Only other thing was a small tear-up after a crunching tackle from Kieftenbeld, but ran out 2-0 winners. Yeah, if you go on Motherwell FC on YouTube, I don't know, they put a video up, right, Motherwell, but it's not the highlights. It's like some sort of like weird, like fashion car commercial style. Let's follow the players and make them look sexy. They don't actually show the football. They're just following each individual player of theirs, not ours. But in that you can see that Kieftenbeld kind of does a tackle from behind, and then the Motherwell player gets up and pushes Kieftenbeld, and Kieftenbeld's just like he doesn't do nothing, just like rolls his eyes like, come on mate, fuck off. You can see, if you go on Motherwell FC on YouTube after you watch this video and see it, it's just pretty funny. So Bradshaw injured. Bradshaw had a calf strain yesterday in training, so that's why he wasn't involved today either. I didn't mention that. So all in all, pleasing day. and wouldn't surprise me if the starting 11 is close to his finished 11. Man in the match first half, Malone, second half, Billy Mitchell. So there you go. From a Millwall fan based in Scotland who went to the game and was there yesterday as well. So there you go. Thank you, Jarv Wall from Vital Millwall Forum. So that was the game today. That was the 2-0 result in the first pre-season friendly. We'll see. Well, the game was at 12 o'clock, I believe. It might have been a bit later than that kickoff. So it probably finished about 3 o'clock. Now I'm filming this at like around 11 at night. So now we haven't had any highlights yet. Does that mean there won't be any? Maybe not. Maybe they're getting a bit of rest. It's not that important. Maybe they'll put the video up tomorrow or on Monday. They are off site. They're not at a den with the the facilities they have there, like the editing suite. So maybe it's going to take them a bit longer. Maybe they'll wait till they'll get back, because they did say that they're travelling back on Sunday. So maybe they'll travel back on Sunday. Maybe they'll edit it on Monday and put it out on Monday. Maybe we'll get to see it. I don't know. Someone was filming, because Motherwell put out that. If you go on Motherwell YouTube, you'll see what I mean. The weird video they made, like sexy, like advertising video, like, yeah, it's pretty weird. Anyway, so that was it. 2-0, pretty decent. Yep, great. This could be a good season. This season could be a good season. So moving on to the last story of the day. This popped up on the one of the clickbait sites with all the adverts on. They actually forced me to disable my ad blocker before I could watch the story. So there you go, and there you go. Look at all the adverts popping up and going crazy. One of the Millwall players, youngsters released this summer, was on trial at Swindon Town on Friday night. So Swindon Town, this is from the 72.co.uk. The Swindon Town have taken Rob Strachan on trial following his exit from Millwall, as per Swindon Advertiser reporter Johnny Leafield on Twitter. The left back, he's playing left back on Friday. So Swindon Town played him in a friendly against non-league Melksham Town last night. The Robins drew 0-0 and also had a couple of other trialists playing as well. Now that is not a good result. They were playing Swindon Town of League 2 were playing against a non-league team that I've never even heard of, Melksham Town, and they only drew 0-0. That's not good at all, mate. Okay, and I showed you yesterday that Swindon Town are in absolutely doo-doo. They've got transfer embargo as well. So Strachan, who's 20 years old, is a free agent after being released by Mill at the end of last season. The left back will be hoping to impress Swindon and earn a deal. They are gearing up for life back in League 2 and are in need of some new signings. Strachan rose up through the academy at Millwall, was a regular for the London Club at all youth levels. The defender never made a senior appearance for the Lions, but did spend time on loan at Welling. Gary outside made a tough decision to part company with him, with his contract expired in the summer. It will be interesting to see if Swindon bring him in. So there you go. They've got another game on Tuesday. We'll see if he plays there. Good luck to him. I told you yesterday, Sam Skeffington's joined Bromley, and Rob Strachan's having a trial at Swindon. Good to see. Good to see. Good luck to him. I hope to hear good things about him if he signs for Swindon Town or if he signs for anyone else. Pretty decent. Good stuff. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.